This is What If Lucian. I'm gonna be doing What If Eren was the brother of Naruto.
On the phone with your bitch, see the head doc. Cause that dope pussy boy know the feds watching. Why he acting like that? He a fed probably. Yeah, we spot him, got him in red dot. Shit, I'm back and I'm better than ever. I be dripping no matter the weather. Need more green in my salad, I'm extra. Bunch of hoes in this house like you Hefner. Bunch of gold in my mouth and shit pressure. And I swear I won't fold under pressure. And I'm 10 toes the maximum effort.
Okay, so this is world building, so it's a mix of AOT and Naruto verse. Basically, Naruto's characters in chakra and the AOT verse. We're gonna start this off where Armin is getting bullied, and Eren jumps in as usual. Armin goes to get Mikasa. Before that, someone told him to stop. He turns around and sees Naruto, who is just standing there. And then Naruto turns to them and says, "What are you guys doing? We already have problems with the Titans, and you guys can barely keep yourselves together. Come on, Eren." And then Armin and Eren both follow him to Eren's house. When they get there, Mikasa is walking away from the house thinking he was there. And all they say is, like, they say hi to each other, and then they walk inside the house. Like, basically, they're chilling for, like, an hour. So they all run outside because they hear a bang. Eventually, they don't see anything. But Naruto does see, like, a small, like, yellow light in the sky, like, fade away. And then they basically just think, like, whatever of it. And then they go back in the house and they just sit there for a little bit longer. And then Armin and Mikasa are about to, leave Eren's house. And then while they're leaving, they see like a big rock just fly over Eren's house. And then they hear people screaming coming from like closer to the wall. So then that's when they get the idea, oh, the Titans must the Titans must have broke in here. So let's go. They start running. They just keep running, and then Eren eventually stops. And then he's paralyzed. Naruto tells him to come on, and then he's just sitting there. He's not listening to Naruto. And then Naruto looks at what Eren is looking at, and he sees a Titan staring at them through a house window. He picks up Eren, and then they all start to run. The Titan starts following them, and then right after that, when the Titan is following them, Heinz comes up, and he cuts off one of the Titan's arms. Well, the Titan that was following him. And by the way, the Titans have chakra in this too. So the Titan focuses its chakra and around its teeth, and then keeps chomping at him, basically trying to eat him and trying to crush him. And then he ends up dodging. He lands on a building, and he does fireball jutsu at the face, and then the eyes are burning. At the same time, he goes and then he cuts the neck, the back of the neck. So then the Titan dies. He zooms to them in a hurry and basically asks them if they're okay. And then Mikasa basically responds with yes, because they're all just shocked. But she just said a quick yes, and then they just all start running. And he's basically just taking them because he knows that other Titans are coming. So he's basically just taking them as far away from Wall Mari as they can go. Alright, so nothing else really happens. Then let's just skip to the part where they actually get to the wall and they're all leaving. So they're all leaving, and Eren's, their mother actually survives this time. They're all leaving. They get on the boat. Then, the time skip happens. Then after the time skip, they're all in Wall Rose. The training goes by, all that stuff. They're doing their training. They're in the training. Basically, the same stuff happens. It's just that Naruto is there. So then it actually gets to the point where the Titan actually show up the second time, because that's when important stuff actually happens. So when the Titans show up the second time, this time the armored Titan, just breaks through like nothing else, just breaks through, and some Titans are getting in. They're killing the Titans, the same thing. And then when Eren is basically, let's just skip to the part where Eren becomes a Titan. So while that is happening, when Armin is about to die, and instead of Eren actually saving him, Naruto is the one who's there. So Naruto saves Armin because he's been there for Eren. So basically to pay him back for all the times, he's been there with him, even though that Eren, he wants to live a normal life. He doesn't know what a normal life is, and he wants freedom, and he knows that and that's basically Eren's best friend. He would do anything for Eren, so he saved him. So while that is happening, he starts getting the chakra starts flowing around him, And then, like the tails, you can see the tails and all that. And then he actually can, use the jutsus already. He can only use 2 jutsus because he was taught jutsus by his dad, because he actually knew the jutsus he taught him were Shadow Clone Jutsu, and he also taught him the Rasengan, because he just thought it would be good for combat, because you can't just have the Shadow Clone Jutsu. Yeah, it can only get you a certain extent, because it isn't really a jutsu where you could just, like a tailed beast bomb versus 1,000 Shadow Clones. We already know what's gonna win. Not the tailed beast bomb in general. It was just, like a example. Is just something. He needed something else to be on the offense with, more than just clones of himself. So while this is basically just going good for them, except for the fact that, basically the Titans are in there. But basically they're beating the Titans, and Eren, Mikasa, and Armin are all standing on the wall. They're waiting to see if the Armored Titan will pop back up so they can easily kill it this time. And this time, actually, the Titan, they actually see the Colossal Titan standing right in front of them. Like, he just pops up out of nowhere. They don't know how he got there. But the Armored Titan isn't nowhere to be found. Like, he isn't there. The Colossal Titan is the only one that's there. They're basically fighting him. He kicks another hole in the wall. So there's 2 holes in the wall. But they're basically fighting him. He almost gets killed because of luck. They didn't actually, beat him or anything. Naruto actually pulls up, and then they're basically just, trying to kill him. Is not working out. He basically just disappears, just like that. Like, in the steam that he lets off, he just disappears. And then while that is happening, basically almost everything is going good for them, at least. And then Naruto, Mikasa, and Eren are all just, the whole entire group is just sitting there, just waiting, to basically just planning stuff out. And then they start to go back to where the people were. Eren is going back first, and he actually is running back, but then a Titan has started following him because I guess they forgot. They missed one, and he's following Eren. He's about to kill Eren, but then Eren's mom runs, and she tries to grab him, but she basically just runs in there, and now they're both about to die. Then Naruto actually saves them, and when Naruto saves them, he pulls them away from where the Titan was, but the Titan actually hits the ground. A rock, flies up, and it hits Naruto, slamming him against wall Sina. So while this is happening, it actually, it popped his arm out of socket, but that's not the only thing. It completely crushed his shoulder, crushed it to the point where he can't use it. He's in pain, but the soldier actually killed the Titan, and it's going good for them. The 2 holes in the wall are covered up they're not really covered up, but they're being guarded. Every single time a Titan walks in there, they kill it automatically, so that way there's no problem. They're taking shifts and stuff like that. And basically everything's going good for them for now. And the only problem that they're having now is resources, like food and stuff like that. So basically, on their teams and stuff, there's another team, except for the Survey Corps and stuff like that. There's another team. I don't know what the name is now. We're gonna come up with a name eventually, but these are people who specialize in using chakra and stuff like that. Naruto's actually gonna be on that team when they join Levi and stuff like that. Naruto's actually going to be on the other team. And, Naruto, Sasuke is going to be on there too. And with the clans is still going to stay because, basically it's their family, their bloodline. So it's not really going to be called clans though, it's going to be called bloodlines. So the Uchiha bloodline, then Sasuke would have special abilities from there. but they don't really know about it because they didn't really have anybody to tell them. The Itachi thing is still there. The Itachi still, he still killed the rest of his family. That thing is still there. And Naruto is basically just about to, just sit there with his family, making sure everything's alright. They're not really happy or anything like that because there is no reason to be happy. So they're just sitting there, where doing everything they can. Everybody's doing everything they can. Then that's when, by the way, since the time skip and all that we did, Eren is actually with the Survey Corps already, but Naruto didn't, feed into that. He was basically just making sure everybody's okay. Then his mom ended up telling him to, join if he thinks that is right to do. And he actually does it, and that's where we're gonna basically leave it off, where Naruto is joining the new group that we're gonna come up with, where the people specialize in chakra. And pretty much it for right now.